We just had a pretty massive worldwide internet breakdown. And I mean, sure, it wasn't the entire internet, but a lot of major websites were not accessible for about 2 hours. The hashtag cyber attack started trending on Twitter. People were panicking. And you might not have seen any of it if you live in the Americas, because the issue was resolved when it was around 7 a.m. on the East Coast. But it's still worrying, and it might happen more in the future for one main reason.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong if the entire internet went through just...
Linda.
The internet. Do you like it? Could you live without it? Billions of people use it and only a few actually know how it works. And well, you're in luck because... Yeah, no, this isn't the video to explain how the internet works. Are you crazy?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just want to focus on what happened this week with the outage. We lost massive websites like Amazon, the New York Times, CNN, Financial Times, Twitch, Hulu, and Reddit. Most people don't know this, but when you're FaceTiming your friend in New Zealand while you're in London, let's say, sure, it might be over 4 or 5G, but it's not like there's a super antenna that sends waves all around the globe to your friend's country. Everything is actually connected with good old-fashioned cables. Tons of cables under the sea connecting continents. These cables are actually massive to resist the harsh conditions of the sea. So, did a submarine trip over a cable and ruin everyone's lives? Was it a supervillain? No. It was a company called Fastly. Fastly is a cloud computing service provider that runs content delivery networks, or CDNs for short. So your favorite website is actually hosted on a server somewhere. That's a physical location. Let's say the US. And you are in Europe, however, and you want to access that website. The request has to travel across the Atlantic to the server, hey, I want to check you out. And then the request travels back to you, and finally the website loads on your computer. It could take 3 seconds. That's a long process, which, if you remember the 56K days, is hilarious to think about. But that's just unacceptable for us nowadays. And so enters cloud computing, and companies like Fastly. They have a POP, or point of presence, that's much closer to you in actual Europe, and it constantly preloads your website. So when you go to visit it, it only has to load from that much closer location. It's called an edge cloud, meaning it's on the edge of where you are, rather than thousands of miles away. Well, that's great. And it looks like it's more efficient too, like less traveling for the signal. Yeah, that's great until the edge cloud company goes... Fastly is a relatively small internet company with $85 million in sales and $51 million in losses in their most recent quarter. Yet they crippled billion-dollar companies and even government websites. This is a digital version of the Suez Canal disaster. Right now, the CDN market is quite competitive, so Fastly has a lot of competitors. But with fewer companies, it could have been a much higher number of websites that would have been down. This wouldn't be a worry if every internet company weren't moving all of their infrastructure in the cloud right now. Even Fastly themselves acknowledge that they rely on third-party hosting services like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud. The issue is that these big platforms offer competing services to Fastly. And right now they're playing fair with them, but they might not in the future if they feel that Fastly is becoming a threat to them. And then the big guys would absorb their business.
I'm the captain now.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong if the entire internet went through just 3 platforms? Sure, they have plenty of redundancies, but we're getting more and more cyber attacks like that pipeline one. The US government actually paid the ransom in Bitcoin and then retrieved it. Huh. So there you have it. We're starting to put all our eggs in the same basket, and that's never a good idea. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It's free. See ya!